Thank you, Travis. Good evening, viewers, and welcome to tonight's regional news. Let's start by taking a look at the monkeypox situation. Scientists at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) are collaborating with the Massachusetts Department of Public Health to investigate a case of monkeypox in a resident who had recently traveled to Canada by private transportation. Testing in Massachusetts found orthopox infection, and CDC labs confirmed as monkeypox. CDC is also tracking multiple clusters of monkeypox that have been reported within the past 2 weeks in several countries that don't normally report monkeypox, including Portugal, Spain, and the United Kingdom. It's not clear how people in those clusters were exposed to monkeypox, but cases include individuals who self-identify as men who have sex with men. CDC is urging healthcare providers in the U.S. to be on alert for patients who have rash illnesses consistent with monkeypox, regardless of whether they have travel or specific risk factors for monkeypox. Anyone, regardless of sexual orientation, can spread monkeypox through contact with body fluids, monkeypox sores, or shared items such as clothing and bedding that have been contaminated with fluids or sores of a person with monkeypox. Monkeypox virus can also spread between people through respiratory droplets, typically in a closed setting, such as the same household or a healthcare setting. Common household disinfectants can kill the monkeypox virus. Many of these global reports of monkeypox cases are occurring within sexual networks. However, healthcare providers should be on alert to any rash that has features typical of monkeypox. People who may have symptoms of monkeypox, particularly men who report sex with other men and those who have close contact with them, should be aware of any unusual rashes or lesions and contact their healthcare provider for a risk assessment. If healthcare providers identify patients with a rash that looks like monkeypox, consider monkeypox regardless of whether the patient has a travel history to Central or West African countries. We now turn our attention to Trinidad and Tobago. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has announced that Trinidad and Tobago has been chosen to receive funding from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which he described as not insignificant. Dr. Rowley made the announcement at a news conference he hosted at the Piarco International Airport on his return to Trinidad and Tobago from Guyana on Sunday. He did not expound on what qualified Trinidad and Tobago for the funds and what the amount of it would be, as he went on to discuss other matters. However, he said that the country will accept the gift that is being given. The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, which retained its name and mission despite the split between Bill and Melinda, works to help people lead healthy, productive lives, and particularly in developing countries. It focuses on improving people's health and giving them the chance to lift themselves out of hunger and extreme poverty. At its helm is one of the world's richest men, billionaire Microsoft founder Bill Gates. Now for a final story coming out of Jamaica. The Westmoreland Hemp and Ganja Farmers Association is proposing the establishment of a free zone for cannabis in the western region of the parish to grow and sell ganja. Delroy Johnson, chairman of the association, pitched the idea during his association's inaugural Farmers Symposium held in Negril on Sunday. He said although he understands and is aware of Jamaica's international agreements and laws governing cannabis, there are ways in which they can use those laws and small incremental privileges for the use of cannabis to push the boundaries towards establishing a cannabis-free zone area. The Westmoreland Hemp and Ganja Farmers Association came up with this idea that we could create an area where ganja could be grown freely and businesses pertaining to ganja could be developed freely, Johnson said. He said the proposed cannabis-free zone would encompass the entire West End strip in Negril through Orange Hill and Mango Hall in the parish. Everything cannabis could be grown in that area, and we make it a ganja-free zone in which banks would be here, universities would be here, argued Johnson. He further said that the commercial district of Negril is prepared to support once the government accepts and establishes a legal framework to facilitate the operation of the zone. The proposal has not been presented to the government. In 2015, the People's National Party-led government amended the Dangerous Drug Act, which resulted in the decriminalization of up to 2 ounces of ganja. The amendments also resulted in the establishment of a cannabis licensing authority, which permits each household to legally grow no more than 5 marijuana plants. That has brought us to the end of tonight's regional news. Thank you for watching. Back to you, Travis.